Department of Education and Prager U present Freedom, the most freedomist freedom that's ever freed. Teachings as an alternative to critical race theory, Volume 9, Feminism.
Hello there, kids! It's Regan the Republican Elephant! And today, we're going to be discussing feminism. But before we get into the nuts and bolts of what a feminist is, Regan the Republican Elephant here would like to debunk some feminist propaganda here out front. Now kids, you may have seen your mommy and daddy watching the fake news media when they've been showing off this machine that simulates a woman's period. Specifically, period cramps. Kids, this isn't sex ed, so we're not going to get too far into this, but a period is something a woman gets once a month. It involves her lady parts and organs that us men and boys don't have. One of the side effects of this are these things called period cramps. Anyway, so the woman, especially the more liberal, these feminazis, they like to rub it in our men's face how painful these period cramps supposedly are. Now women use this as an excuse. I'll just call it like it is, kids, to act like a huge cunt. To trample all over us men and act like a huge bitch once a month. Firstly, you gotta remember, kids, these are women. They are weak. They're not as strong as us men. So you gotta remember, pain to them probably isn't even really pain. Second, even if it is so painful, it's no excuse to act like a total bitch. So now they're throwing around this machine they claim that simulates period cramps. Regan the Republican Elephant has procured one such machine, and I will demonstrate how much these women are overreacting to their time of the month. I will demonstrate that Regan the Republican Elephant is a strong, masculine man, and will prove once and for all, men are simply stronger than women. This is scientific, biological fact. And facts don't care about your feelings. Hook me up, Jack. Hi, I'm Regan the Republican Elephant, and this is the Period Cramp Simulator Challenge. 3, 2, 1. Jesus Christ! God damn it, motherfucker! Get this shit off of my... Whoa, this fucking Gitmo? I have 8th Amendment rights, damn it! That was like holding in a diarrhea. That was no problem, because just more feminazi propaganda propagated by liberal fags and these self-hating men who cut their pee-pees off because they don't appreciate how great it is to have some whore down on her knees slobbering on your dick like the cum stumpster she is. Okay. Well, enough of that, kids. Let's get down to business. Now, what is a feminist? A feminist is usually a fat bitch that looks like a beach whale, a shaved gorilla, or you ever see that show, Rocko's Modern Life? Maybe you're too young for that. You know how they have that yellow cow, the friend of his, heifer? Yeah, that's what they look like. They usually have dyed hair, usually some obnoxious, neon-colored green or pink colored hair. You can usually find her yelling at some man, usually accusing him of raping her with his eyes or sexually harassing her simply because he complimented her on her looks. Then there's the worst feminist of them all, kids. The most evil, terrible, vile of them all, kids. It's the women who choose to murder babies. I am, of course, talking about abortion, kids. It is up to us conservatives to defend the rights of these unborn babies. It is up to us to defend those who can't defend themselves. These evil feminists have many allies. The Democratic Party, Joe Biden, Satan, Planned Parenthood, and the doctors who perform abortions. You may have heard of one of these doctors. He called himself Tiller the Baby Killer. You know what us brave conservatives did, kids? We aborted the abortionist, we killed the baby killer, and now he's serving an eternity sentence in hell for all the babies he killed. We are all children of God, kids, and it's our duty to protect God's children. These liberal fags will say, the Bible doesn't say anything about abortion. Well, no kidding. The Bible doesn't say anything, nor does Christ. Well, he shouldn't have to say anything. It's kind of implied that it's murder. Remember, thou shalt not kill? You know, remember that? You ever read a Bible, you little fag? And they'll say, oh, well, it couldn't have been all that poor if it didn't say anything. Well, no, because it says thou shalt not kill. It would have been redundant. It's implied. Our great country of America once had a common sense ban on abortion in every state. It was illegal. It was murder in the eyes of the law. But then came, in the 1960s, a decade which many of us conservatives believe began the downfall of America. The decade which saw the influence of these liberal fags destroying our traditional way of life. Equal rights for women, blacks, and it continues to this day. These liberals don't know when to stop. They want equal rights for criminals, pedophiles, illegals, terrorists, but God forbid you're a white guy who works real hard for what he has. No handouts for him. But back on topic, our spineless Supreme Court, at the time, gave in to the demands of the feminazis. The Supreme Court ruled that the murder of babies was legal in the decision called Roe v. Wade, kids. But our new and improved Trump-ruled Supreme Court ruled that the murder of babies was illegal. Imagine that. Murder is illegal. But, of course, the radical left doesn't agree, and they're fine and dandy with murder and want the murder of babies to be legalized once again. What else is new? Unfortunately, kids, not all us Republicans seem to be on the same page on this. They're not sticking to their convictions. People like South Carolina Representative Neil Collins. Well, I'll just let you see for yourself, kids.
I voted for the pain-capable bill.
Okay.
The fetal heartbeat bill.
Good. Go on you now.
Fetal heartbeat has been for 6 weeks now.
Uh-huh.
The second week
Right.
that the fetal heartbeat bill became law, a doctor called me out of Anderson. I live in Easley.
Oh, yeah, come on, get on with it.
A 19-year-old girl appeared at the ER.
Well, see, she just appeared?
Her water broke.
Okay.
And the fetus was unviable. The standard of care was to advise her that they could extract. Or
No.
the attorneys told the doctors that because of the fetal heartbeat bill, because that 15-week-old had a heartbeat, the doctors could not extract.
There you
Their
go.
only choices were to admit the 19-year-old until that fetal heartbeat stopped. I asked, how long does it take to stop? She said, seconds, minutes, hours, maybe days.
No, sooner. The Lord Jesus Christ has a plan, okay? For everyone.
The doctor told
No
me at that
interference.
point there's a 50% chance. Well, first, she's going to pass this fetus in the toilet.
Not traumatic
She's going
at
to
all.
have to deal with that on her own. There's a 50% chance, greater than 50% chance that she's going to lose her uterus.
Oh, well, maybe that whore should close her fucking legs and accept responsibility for her actions.
That weighs on me.
Huh?
I voted for that.
If you're not prepared to raise a baby, then don't fuck you,
We're
slut!
having a meeting about this. It took that whole week. I did not sleep.
Oh, come on! Is that any way to be anti-woman? I mean pro-life, you bitch! What are you, a faggot?
She had heard nothing. Did not know about the 19-year-old.
This soy boy cuck.
Thank God.
Rhino.
2 weeks later, she did return to ER. They did extract the now non-beating fetus.
Okay. Well, what's wrong with that?
What we do matters.
Oh, come on. Now he's crying. What are you, a Democrat? Huh?
Thank you.
Things didn't used to be this way, kids. There was a time when Americans lived what we call the TradCon lifestyle, or the traditional conservative lifestyle. We have an acronym that sums it up pretty concisely. CCF. Cook, clean, fuck. It was a woman's purpose to get married to a man, tend to the family and household, and shit out our babies. This was her role, and she left the important stuff to us men. But now we live in a world where women act like wild animals. They fuck anything with 2 legs and a peepee, and demand a man go on his knees and perform cunnilingus on her in some sort of disgusting, perverted view of equality. No man wants to stick his mouth anywhere near that. It's all gross and stinky down there, and no self-respecting man should degrade himself by getting on his knees for a woman. I only get on my knees for one man, and his name is Jesus Christ, and maybe President Trump. And that's the problem with women nowadays, kids. They think they're no different than a man. They think they can just fuck whoever they want like a man and not be shamed for it. They think they can be the star of their own superhero movies, thinking they're at the same level as Captain America and Iron Man and Batman and Superman. Female athletes want to be paid just as well as male athletes. When was the last time you watched the WNBA, huh? There's a very simple reason for that. And it's because they just don't play as well as men. They don't possess the athletic ability us men do. It's scientific fact. They just think they're entitled to equal treatment no matter what. Even if it defies common sense, science, the will of God, none of it matters. Women need to do what their ancestors did and fulfill the rules as women. Get married, raise the kids, get into monogamous relationships, a monogamous marriage, and as our good friend Dennis Prager says, she needs to spread those legs open regardless of whether she's in the mood or not. Anything less is unacceptable, kids. Go ahead, look it up yourself. It's still on his website in the year 2022. And as of this recording, we are now heading into 2022 midterms. And this issue of baby killing is a huge issue. These women are losing their minds, acting like they're in a perpetual state of menstruation, marching around our cities, and I'm sure they will be joined by the blacks soon enough to burn said cities down, as directed by that extremist lunatic, Joe Biden. And as far as Regan the Republican Elephant is concerned, I have better things to do than march around with feminazis with blood oozing from out of their eyeballs, who blame men for everything, taking out their own inadequacies on us men. Better things such as screaming at people to stand for the national anthem and jerking off on the American flag to give a visual representation of my love for America. Well, it's not disrespectful, just like President Trump molesting a flag at CPAC is not disrespectful. Now, that's the perfect segue, kids, to tell you about my OnlyFans page. You can see many videos of Regan the Republican Elephant showing his love for America by jerking off on the American flag and sticking flagpoles in his poop chute. Well, you'll see a liberal jerk off on the American flag. He won't jerk off on it. You know why? Because he hates America. The liberals hate America. Also, for you ladies out there, you can see a bit more of Mr. Reagan's elephant trunk. If you know what I'm saying. For the modest price of $2,000 for a lifetime membership, you will have access to all of Regan the Republican Elephant, premium content, and as a bonus, kids, a portion of the sales will be used to fund our Get Out of My Country, You Wetback Faggot Super PAC, which will help get our patriotic Republican politicians who have taken a pledge to fight for legislation which will help Border Patrol agents commit wholesale indiscriminate slaughter of any illegals at the border and get them elected into power. And to cover my giant elephant ass legally up front, only donations above $2,000 will be used to fund this super PAC. Any monies below the $2,000 threshold will be distributed as Regan the Republican Elephant and the DeSantis 2024 campaign deemed necessary. If you want to use that money if I want to buy a yacht with that money alongside my buddy Steve Bannon, that's none of your fucking business. So be sure to use the coupon code National Divorce at checkout for a 20% off savings. Thank you, and I will see you next time, cuz.